Welcome to Byte 4400. Here's a picture of Maggie May, my English Bulldog, in her spring attire. So we have something to look forward to. But let's go ahead and get started, and let me provide you an overview of the course. When you log into Blackboard and click on our Byte 4400 course, this is the initial page that will open. It takes us directly to the announcements page, and you'll see here on the left-hand side you have all of the course menu to choose from, and what we're going to go through is just these top tools and go over a few elements within the class. We'll begin by first accessing the course information. Within the course information, you'll see you have the syllabus, the tentative calendar, and the IELTS modules. As mentioned, we do not have a book that you have to purchase. Instead, you'll be accessing the IELTS modules, and we'll get to those in just a minute. But first, let's go ahead and review the course syllabus. The course syllabus provides a great deal of information, from the description to the objectives, outcomes, as well as the requirements for the course. Students usually like to know what the course requirements are for passing the course. You have 5 requirements for this course: class participation, community, school, and improvement plan, the IELTS procedural modules, the career and technical student organization, and then the unit plan. Each of these elements contain multiple assignments that you'll need to complete. Those are available in Blackboard and outlined along with rubrics, as well as we'll be going over them in detail so you understand each of the requirements. In my humble opinion, I always believe that students should live and breathe by the course calendar. It has all of the information outlined based on the entire semester, the dates that the module consists of, as well as what's due during that time frame. As you can see, the way that the modules are outlined, at the very bottom it states, unless otherwise noted, all assignments will be due on, and it'll provide a specific date. It also provides helpful information so that you can plan ahead. Let's take Module 5 as an example and just go through what's required. So Module 5 runs from March 31st through April 13th. You'll see that the topic is lesson plans, and then listed within the requirements for Module 5, you have the Assignment 3. It outlines when it's due, which is April 20th. You have the IELTS procedural modules question and review in the iBooks. You have the debrief video session in Saba, and it also provides the dates and the times for those sessions. As I mentioned, you do not have a book. No book. Right? How awesome is that? Instead, you have a link to these IELTS modules. Now, there are 2 formats of the IELTS modules. They're in iBook format as well as PDF. Now, my preference, of course, is this iBook format because we have interactive elements within them, and that's what makes it fun and exciting. But with all of the iBook modules, you'll also have required questions that you have to complete within TAS Dream, and we'll talk about TAS Dream more in just a few minutes, but you can see here that you have a link not only to the IELTS modules but also to TAS Dream. To access the IELTS modules, you just click on the link, scroll down, and then you'll see here that you've got all these options for the secondary education. What you're focused on is these IELTS 2. Okay? Now you can see here, here's the PDF, and here's the iBook format. You're going to download all of these onto your computer so that you complete them. So if you don't have access to a Mac or an iPad or an iPhone, you're going to have to use the the PDF modules. And if you're going to be using the PDF modules, you need to send me an email to let me know. If you've got access to the iPad, you're going to be using the iBook modules, or to a Mac for that matter, and you'll be able to load those on there. We've gone through all of the course information. Now let's look at the course modules. So the way it's set up is that you have 6 modules throughout the semester. They're broken down into different dates, and you can see those dates based on the course calendar. The way I've outlined them here, you see you have access to Module 1. In a week, you're going to have access to Module 2, and I've staggered them so that you have early access if you want to get ahead, but I also don't want to overwhelm students as well. So when we click on Module 1, this is what you see when you access Module 1. Now, every module will be as consistent as possible. I really like consistency. So you'll see the Module 1 document, which is where you usually begin, and then you'll see any assignments that are linked within it. This is extra resource information, family tidbits. It's just about myself and my family. I really like to develop a community of learners if possible, and my feeling is the more you know about me and my likes and dislikes, the more apt that you're willing to share and become part of our learning community in class. The Saba meeting information is about our video sessions, so you certainly want to access that. And we've got those outlined and the dates that we'll be conducting those, again, within that course calendar. So as mentioned, when you click on the Module 1 PDF document, it'll open up a nice scrollable, printable document if you feel you would like a hard copy. It is consistent in terms of the information that it includes. I always start out with the course outcomes. I think it's important to know what's expected and what you'll be learning within that module. Goes through an introduction, as well as the learning resources. The learning resources are what you're going to be accessing to read, might also help you, assist you with your assignments that you have to complete. And then there's always some extra information that will help you. So you can see here you've got the DPI planning guide, a presentation on the ECU conceptual framework, the teacher professional standards, and a variety of other resources that you'll be accessing and required to complete. Each module obviously has different learning resources. You'll see here in Module 1 we have also outlined the video session. When we have a video session, I do provide you with some key information on what you should prepare prior to the session. Don't come to the session and just try and, tap dance your way through it. Be sure that you're prepared to discuss the topics that have been listed. And then at the end of every module, although it's in the course calendar, I like to do what I refer to as this wrap up. And basically it just outlines again what's due during that module. Well, this is Grady. This is my other Old English Bulldog, and he's a bit bored with my presentation, so I'm going to try and hurry it along. Hopefully I'm not boring you and giving you a good idea of what's expected for the class. All right, so the assignments are The assignments are bedded within each module, but you also see that you have an assignments link here within the main menu. The assignments are actually, most of them consist of 3 different parts, as you see here with this first assignment. So you have not only a school and improvement plan that you're creating a presentation, and then you're also creating these directed questions. And for that, to kind of guide you and help you, you can see here for the school improvement plan, I've not only provided the information on how you create it, but I've also provided a template. For the presentation here, there's listed a rubric, and then the directed questions are somewhat easier, but obviously you're going to be responding to the questions. All of the assignments are located within the assignments link, but they're also interlinked within the different modules, so you have multiple access. When you submit the assignments, many of them, or most of them, are in Blackboard. Some of them are in TAS Dream. And then some of them will be in the discussion forums. But all of the submission directions are listed within the assignment so that hopefully you don't become confused. If you ever have a question, please ask. So again, you can see here that I've got all of there's 3 assignments aside from the IELTS modules as well as the participation grade. And all of these, the 5, make up your grade. So TAS Dream, that's a fun topic. So the reason I'm pointing it out is because, as I mentioned, TAS Dream will be one of the areas that you have to complete the IELTS modules material within. Most of you had access to TAS Dream in the 21-23 course, so you should have access still. So please check. Log in and make sure you have access. If you don't have access, you need to let me know. Please email me so that I can make sure and send you the directions so that you have access to TAS Dream. What you'll do is you're going to put your username and your password in. Once you've been created an account, access to this next area here. When you go into TAS Dream, you're not going to have as many of these lovely folders as I do, but you're going to be accessing what's called the sale folder. When you go into the sale folder, you're going to see a variety of options, a menu down along the side. This one is collapsed, so you don't see all of the different elements, and by all means click on collapse so it doesn't confuse you. For any of you that were in 21-23, you might remember the early experiences and the grand round material. Here is 4400. You're going to be doing the homeschool and community. This is for your school improvement plan. And as well as we come down here to the IELTS. Let's take for the homeschool and community, I've got that you're going to submit it in Blackboard. Once it's submitted in Blackboard, graded, and we've gone through the process, we'll also be inputting it into TAS Dream. Let's not rush that. We won't get to that until after it's been graded in Blackboard. The IELTS area, however, is very important because as you're required to do these readings and the assignments that are listed within the modules themselves, you'll also be required to complete 10 questions based on each one of these modules within the TAS Dream environment. Let's talk about Saba. So we're going to be doing video conferencing sessions. Now, for those of you who have had me before, you know I really enjoy communication and seeing students and talking about what you're learning or what you still don't understand so that we can make it clearer for you. So we're going to use the Saba meeting to be able to do that. Everyone has access to Saba. All you need to do, so you're going to put in your user ID and your password, same as your pirate ID information. Once you log in, you'll have access. Now, you may have received a little notice saying that you've been enrolled in Byte 4400, and you'll see here that there are 2 sessions, and they're also considered ongoing. So right now it's listed as upcoming, but when you log in, for all future video sessions, be sure to select ongoing. And then you'll see these 2 sessions appear. The 2 sessions, when you log into them, you'll see that you're either going to attend the evening session, which are usually set for 7 p.m., and traditionally the morning sessions so this is usually a Monday evening, and this is usually Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Now, based on our little issues at the beginning of the term, our next session on January 20th, I hope I've got that date right, is a Tuesday, and it's 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. at night. And hopefully we'll be all set for that. This truly, everything that I've gone over in this presentation hopefully will give you a good understanding of the expectations. If you're still confused, great news. This Tuesday morning and evening, you'll be able to ask any questions that you have and get clarification. If you have questions, please ask them. Please know that I develop these courses over a semester. Students receive the information. What I read and what you read might mean two different things, so if you're unsure, ask. Other than that, I look forward to a great semester, and thanks for listening.